Good morning, peace and blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. Today is February 18th, 2025. and yeah, I just wanted to come early once again and let's talk about it, man. As the title says, all Americans deserve reparations. And the reason why I say that is because there's no reason for what we've been dealing with other than, you know, the government has been taking full advantage of the taxpayer citizens of this nation. For the past 4 years, um, with effect for me personally, when we talk about a lot of things, that the past administration has done, you know, inflation, illegal immigration, and for me, one of the most important, if not the most important thing that brought me to even studying politics at this magnitude was the economy. Like, I just noticed just my day to day life. Like, I would say I started noticing that I'm like, man, I'm just like super struggling. Like, and it was like maybe about 2 years ago. I'll say about 2022, I started noticing that, man, it was just super hard. Work was like um, getting less and less. Wasn't able to, you know, really do what I used to do. Um, Man, I was able to at least go on 2 or 3 trips a year. To man, I'm barely holding on, and a lot of people that I know were feeling the same effects, and it's largely due to your dollar not being able to stretch as far as it used to. When 2020 was here, man, it was like I was up, and everybody around me was up. I mean, people working hard every day or trying to, you doing the right things, and then it just got super difficult. And it wasn't by um, mistake. I started paying attention to different content creators saying the same thing, looking on social media, people saying the same thing. And I'm like, man. And then they like, yeah, it's these policies that this current administration is implementing. And I'm like, because I've always been a firm believer in, man, it don't matter who the president is, it don't matter who in office. I'm gonna do me. And that's true. You're gonna survive, but you can have a better quality of life if you got the right people in leadership. That's just the facts. And that's what I found out to be true, because I ain't doing nothing different than I was doing 4 years ago, 5 years ago, working every day. So why is it so hard? And the reason why is largely due to not only our federal government, but our local and our state government. I mean, if you even look at it on a local level, the policies that a mayor or a governor implements directly affects your economy. I remember at one point, just something as simple as a pack of sunflower seeds used to be 50 cents, two for $1. Now that same pack of sunflower seeds is almost $2. I mean, they taxing us on everything because of the policies are totally in relation to what you pay in taxes. If we got our resources being affected by things like illegal immigrants, everything goes up. Food prices go up, gas prices go up, energy prices go up. When you got a mayor and a governor that wants your city to become a sanctuary city, so now you got a $19 billion deficit for one city. Now people property taxes being affected. And you start to realize, as I have becoming into this awakening, that the government is responsible for what the American citizens have been suffering. Why it's harder to afford different things. Why you can't go on as many vacations and live a better quality of life is because the people that are in office have been stealing on all levels of government, from the top to the bottom, from the federal to the state to the local. They all been stealing your tax dollars, raising the cost of living while the wages are not going anywhere. Your cost of living is skyrocketing and you don't even realize it. To me, it was like a culture shock. Like I just woke up like, man, what is going on? Now that I know, it's imperative that I speak on it, bring it to the people. And, I'm so happy that Donald Trump has won this election. Because just imagine if Kamala Harris would have won this election, we probably wouldn't even be able to survive in the next 4 years the way that we going. It would be continuing. The corruption would not have been exposed. You wouldn't have an Elon Musk going in there, shaking down the government, finding out what's being sent here, sent there. This needed to happen so people can get an understanding on why things are the economy wise. With all that being said, Donald Trump came into office and almost immediately signed an executive order for Elon Musk and his organization, Doge, DOGE, to go in and audit the federal government, to monitor the federal spending, right? Once that executive order was signed, almost instantaneously, Elon Musk moved into the Eisenhower building, sleeping on the floor, and sometimes the couch. Like that man ain't even getting no rest. They trying to shake this thing down and get it back on solid ground. He only got 4 years to be in office, so they hitting the ground running. This Trump last term. You know what I'm saying? So he got 4 years to fix what's going on. Elon Musk has been super dedicated, him and his team, to that man that moved in the Eisenhower building in the White House, and USA, one agency. It's just one agency that they shook down and found all this corruption. So we wondering why things are the way they are. And just like your household, if the leadership is messed up, the rest of the house is all out of whack. So you got to start from the top and work your way to the bottom. And just to give y'all a brief summary on some of the things that Elon Musk was able to uncover is insane. Now, I did a video on this briefly the other night. That don't even scratch the surface. This ain't even gonna penetrate the surface. But tonight, Tuesday night, we're gonna go live and we're gonna dive all the way in. So make sure y'all tune in to Voices for the Voiceless Tuesday night. Tonight, you are not gonna want to miss this live. I already talked to my sister Mika. I'm gonna set the live. I don't know exactly what time, because I know she got some things going on and I got to get in and get situated. But don't quote me. It's gonna be this evening though. But I'm guessing around 7 or 8 Central Standard Time PM. We're gonna go live and we're gonna really break this thing down. But just to give you some more of an idea of what kind of corruption. Because at this point, we're talking about wasteful spending. No, it's corruption on the highest level imaginable what has been going on. So, for one, 697 million to Afghanistan. Huh? Okay. 697 million of taxpayers' dollars to Afghanistan. 136 million for 120 Pakistani schools that were never built. Once again, 136 million for 120 Pakistani schools that were never even built. Why do we care about spending our money over in Pakistan for 120 schools anyway? But they were never even built. So where did that money go? Let's keep going. This make you sick to your stomach. 60 million annually for women's education in Taliban controlled areas where the women are not even permitted to go to school. Once again, $60 million of your tax dollars spent annually for women's education in Taliban controlled areas where women are not even allowed to go to school. 20 million for Sesame Street in Iraq. $20 million so Iraq can have Sesame Street, Big Bird, Bert and Ernie, Oscar the Grouch. $20 million for people in Iraq to have access to Big Bird. Are they insane? Is this for this? This is documented. This is wasteful spending that this man and his team has been uncovering. That are your money that you work hard every day for. You look at your paycheck stub. This was where it's going. 27 million for gift bags for deported Central Americans. Gift bags that may have a Barbie doll in them. I mean, the stuff is so ridiculous. If it was something to laugh at, I would be laughing right now. But this is just knowing that this is where we spending our hard-earned money. We've been sitting back here struggling, trying to figure out why we working hard every day and still, you know what I'm saying, having a hard time making ends meet. Because, see, they created an economic atmosphere to keep you struggling. See, the left, the Democratic Party wants you so reliant on the government that you're going to totally submit to whatever they want to expose you to. They want to keep the American people struggling. People can't even afford to buy a house right now, but they got all this, I mean, just the millions that I just ran through. And this, like I said, this don't even scratch the surface. Should be reparations for Americans. You could dedicate a couple billion and give every American reparations, a substantial amount of reparations to help them get on their feet if you really wanted to see the American people live comfortably. As much as we fund this system, if it wasn't for our tax dollars, these people that's sending this money to these different other places for these miscellaneous goofy reasons, they wouldn't have no jobs. They work for us. We don't work for them. Right? 32 million for a transgender comic book in Peru. A transgender comic book in Peru, $32 million, man. Are you serious? Can you picture this? A comic book. $32 million for this comic book. That's a transgender alphabet comic book for Peru. Okay. 68,000 for dance classes in Wuhan, China. We sending other people so much money for goofy reasons, raising but our price of living here, our cost of living here is being raised for dance classes in Wuhan, China. Now, Wuhan, China, what we finding out is the same place that Dr. Fauci, the same doctor that the coronavirus that came up with the vaccines for the coronavirus. This is where he created that virus in Wuhan, China. We're gonna dive more into that tonight. Our tax dollars basically funded COVID-19. Why did Joe Biden give Dr. Fauci a full pardon when he hasn't been even charged with anything? On his way out the door, the man that came up with the vaccines for COVID-19, Joe Biden pardoned this son of a bitch before he got out of office. Why? Say what you want about Elon Musk. I was looking at him sideways too, but at this point, man, I salute that man. He's not even getting paid to do this. Came in with a team of brilliant young individuals and are shaking down the government, exposing the corruption, exposing why your life is not as easier as it was 5-6 years ago. Because you got unlisted bureaucrats and politicians that have been mishandling your tax dollars on an astronomical scale. This ain't no little money. Yeah, this will affect any nation's economy. When you're taking their money and funding it there, and this is outside of what we already knew about these wars and Ukraine and Russia. 14 trillion here, 18 trillion there, 40 million there. We doing that's what we know when we on that end. The little bit amount that we do know, in conjunction with what Elon Musk and his team, on top of that, we deserve reparations. The American people have been struggling, trying to figure it out, being left to with no relief. Joe Biden ain't even give nobody as much as a stimulus check, but they could give 697 million to Afghanistanian people, 136 million for Pakistan people, 32 million for a transgender comic book, but we can't get no relief. That don't piss you off? Democrats sitting up here boo-hooing, crying, protesting Elon Musk because he's exposing the corruption. Exposing it. And they giving this man like he the one that created it. It's like somebody been stealing money out your check every month and you didn't know where it came from. You like, man, I'm where's this coming from? Why is my check always seem like it's short? Why my money, where's it going? And it's not showing up on your, it's not showing up on your bank statement. And then somebody come in for free Man, let me look at your stuff. Let me go through the system and sit up there and told you, oh, you got this person stealing from you, you got this person stealing from you, you got that company stealing, you got this stealing from you. That's where your money going. But you get mad at the person that telling you who's stealing from you instead of getting mad at the people that's stealing from you. That's how crazy Americans sound getting mad at Elon Musk. He's showing you. You could go to the website and look it up for yourself. You could go, they full transparency, man. You should be outraged. I'm livid, bro. We going live tonight. We gonna break some of this list down more. And we gonna talk about it, man. And another thing, before I go, we was just talking about Ukraine, right? We sent all this money. We held them down with Russia and all that. Trump he's stopping the war. He getting Russia together. You know what I'm saying? How much money did we give Ukraine? The president of Ukraine, Zelensky, this snake ass dude is out here trying to ask us for 250 billion more dollars. You know Trump ain't going. So he get mad and then he go over there telling all the other people in the other countries, our allies in Europe, man, don't trust America no more. You know what I'm saying? You need to abandon America for they abandoning you. We need to just do away with Americans. You snake ass dude. After we gave you trillions of dollars. One time, just like somebody, you tell them no one time. And then they flip on you. So he over there trying to get all the other nations in Europe talking behind America back. Biggest slap in the face. Ungrateful. I hate ungrateful people, man. And hate is a strong word. But an ungrateful person, like this dude Zelensky, sitting up there doing dirt on our name after we done gave this man trillions of taxpayer dollars in America. Americans deserve reparations. We shouldn't have to pay income tax. We shouldn't have to pay health care. We shouldn't have to pay for housing. We shouldn't have to pay for food. We should be able to just live free for at least a decade after the back. I got a call, but yeah, all Americans deserve reparations. And I think that we got a good argument and we got the right person in office. And that way it'll be easier. Black people running around talking about reparations. Man, all Americans deserve reparations. Everybody felt the brunt of this. If we're going to give reparations, give it to everybody. If we want to talk about what black people get, we'll work on that. But for right now, everybody get reparations immediately. But like I say, man, we're going to chop it up tonight and we're going to go more in depth because this is unacceptable for our government. You should be upset. You should be pissed. Anybody talking about Elon Musk and Trump, you should be thanking them because without them, we wouldn't even know none of this stuff was going on. Voices for the voiceless. We love y'all. Peace and blessings. We'll talk to you soon. All right.